Good evening, happy Monday. Today I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher, and philosopher. Today I have taken a very interesting topic. Everybody is eager to know. Titled, Want to know how rich you will be? Check these two houses in the horoscope. Very interesting presentation. Everybody wants to know about his wealth, and this video presentation will reveal the secret of how a person can become rich by his earning from profession, by his earning from his profession. When the income from your profession is on the higher side, it is an indicator that you are in a big and gainful profession. The 10th house is the house of profession, and the 11th house from the 10th house is the 8th house, which denotes the level of your income from the profession. To enable you to know the level of your income from the profession, you must make the 10th house the Lagna. You must make the 10th house the Lagna and rotate the horoscope In this case, your 8th house will be the 11th house of income from your profession, and then analyze. I will show in the horoscope. I have taken 3 horoscopes of very rich persons, and I will show them how to apply it, how to apply the rule. The natural karaka of both the 10th house and the 8th house is Saturn, you all know, and needs to be strong for you to have a sound income from your profession and to become wealthy. Let us discuss the concept in the horoscopes of a few rich businessmen. Horoscope of Sri Mukesh Ambani of Reliance Group of Industries. It is his horoscope. First I will narrate, then I will show on the horoscope. In his Tula Lagna horoscope, the 10th house of profession is Cancer. By making the 10th house of Cancer as Lagna, we find the 11th house as Taurus, lorded by Venus and occupied by the Dhan karaka Jupiter. Everything I will show in the horoscope. Venus, the 11th lord of professional income from the 10th house of Cancer, is in Aries under the influence of 2 exalted planets, the Sun and Saturn. Saturn, the natural karaka of the 10th house of profession and the 8th house, within bracket, the 11th house of income from the 10th house of profession, is exalted. He is a very rich person, we all know. See, in his horoscope, the Lagna is Libra. From Libra, the 10th house is Cancer. We will now make Cancer as the Lagna, and from Cancer we will start counting up to the 11th house, which will take us to Taurus, which will take us to Taurus, lorded by Venus. Venus is in Aries. Venus is in Aries, and with exalted Sun and aspected by the exalted Saturn. So Venus is very strong. Moon, the Lagna Lord or the 10th Lord. Lagna Lord from the 10th house and 10th Lord from the Lagna has also been aspecting Venus, the 11th Lord from the 10th house of Cancer. Jupiter, the Dhana Karaka. Jupiter, the Dhana Karaka, is in the 11th house, Taurus, from the 10th house, Cancer. This justifies his wealth, and Saturn, who is the Karaka of the 10th house, natural Karaka. Saturn, who is the natural Karaka of the 10th house and the 8th house, is exalted, which show the extent of his income and wealth. This rule never fails. Now I have taken the horoscope of Sri R.P. Goenka of R.P. Industries, RPG Industries. Horoscope of Sri R.P. Goenka. Horoscope of Sri R.P. Goenka of RPG Industries. First I will narrate the horoscope, then I will show everything in the horoscope. In his Aries Lagna horoscope, the 10th house is Capricorn, lorded by Saturn. By making the 10th house Capricorn as the Lagna, we find the 11th house as Scorpio. When you will make Capricorn as the Lagna, the 11th house will automatically be the Scorpio. Mars, the 11th Lord, is exalted. Mars is the Lord of Scorpio. Mars, the 11th Lord, from the 10th house of profession, is exalted and is associated with Mercury, the planet of trade and commerce. Jupiter, the Dhankaraka, is aspecting Scorpio, the 11th house of income, from the 10th house of Capricorn, the 11th house of professional income, from the 10th house of Capricorn, and Mars, the 11th Lord, from the 10th house of profession. Saturn is well placed in Sagittarius, the Mool Trikona sign of Dhankaraka, Jupiter. He is a very rich and wealthy person. Now I will show everything on the horoscope. Lagna is Aries. The 10th house is Capricorn. When Lagna is Aries, 10th house is Capricorn. By making 10th house as the Lagna, the 11th house will be Scorpio. When you will make the 10th house Capricorn as the Lagna, the 11th house will be Scorpio, lorded by Mars. Mars is exalted. You see, the 11th Lord from the 10th house of income, from the profession, is exalted. Just think how much wealth he has earned from his various sources of profession. Mercury. Who is Mercury? Mercury is the significator planet of trade and commerce. and is with Mars, the 11th Lord, from the 10th house of profession. Jupiter, the Dhan Karaka, has been aspecting Scorpio, which is the 11th house, from the 10th house of Capricorn. And also the Mars, the 11th Lord, from the 10th house of Capricorn. Saturn is in Sagittarius, which is the Mool Trikona sign of Dhan Karaka Jupiter. This justifies his immense wealth. Now I am taking the third horoscope of Sri G.D. Birla, the Birla Group of Industries. It is the horoscope of G.D. Birla. First I will narrate the horoscope, then I will show on the horoscope whatever I have narrated. In his Capricorn Lagna horoscope, the 10th house is Libra, lorded by Venus. By making the 10th house Libra as the Lagna, the 11th house of income from the profession becomes Leo with the Sun as the Lord. The Sun is exalted and aspects the 10th house of profession of Libra. Saturn is also well placed, being in the friendly sign Virgo and aspected by his friend Mercury. Moreover, the Saturn-Mercury mutual relation gives immense growth, since they are the Upachaya lords of the Kalpurush Kundli. Now I will show on the horoscope. The Lagna is Capricorn. Lagna is Capricorn. So when the Lagna is Capricorn, the 10th house becomes Libra. You all know. If we start counting from Libra, the 11th house from Libra, by making Libra as the Lagna, the 11th house will be Leo, lorded by Sun. The 11th house of professional income will be Leo, lorded by Sun. The Sun is exalted in Aries and has been aspecting the 10th house of profession, Libra, from Aries. Saturn, the natural karaka of the 10th house and the 8th house, is well placed, since he is in his friendly sign Virgo and aspected by the friendly planet Mercury. Jupiter also aspects the Dhan Karaka. Jupiter also aspects Saturn in Virgo. Why Saturn and Mercury gives growth? If you take the Kalpurush Kundli with Aries as the Lagna, we will find Mercury is the 3rd and the 6th Lord, and Saturn is the 10th and the 11th Lord, and all the 4 houses are Upachaya houses. So as such, when there is mutual relation between Saturn and Mercury, it gives immense growth to the holder of the horoscope. This was the small presentation. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher and philosopher. Thanks for being with me If you have liked the video, give a liking and subscribe to the channel for such incredible videos on astrological rule with punched with my research